Hello, this is Horror Studio One, and this is my unedited podcast. Yes, I did. Hey guys, this is your host, HS1, coming to you once again with a podcast. And yes, you read the title of this video right. I did go to the deep web. No, I really did go to the deep web. How's everyone doing today? So, yeah, we're back with the unedited podcast. I'm going to talk a bit about my experiences going to the deep web. Actually, I filmed the whole thing and what I saw on there on my other channel, hey. And if you guys want to go to my main page, you can find it there, or I'll put a link in the description below. But yes, I actually went to the deep web. And honestly, I'll tell you guys a bit about it. So basically, I wanted to make a video, how I do vlogs and stuff like that. But I realized that not a lot of individuals do like a teachings on how to get there or their experiences on getting to that place, especially not in Chinese culture. So a lot of my friends from China have been asking me how to do this, and I've researched into it, watched a lot of documentaries. Obviously, I'm a horror narrator, so I obviously know quite a bit about it. Never actually been there myself, though. Never really had a reason to, but I was like, why not just make a video about it? Since I've never been there, it's gonna be like good life experience. Whether I get views or not, it's not really a big deal. It's more like just going in and seeing what's up. So I did go there, and I saw some things. It wasn't as bad as I would have thought, like, to be honest. Like, people overhype it. I even used to overhype it when I did a lot of deep web videos on this YouTube channel. But I went there, and maybe because the places I went to were just like the outer surface, skimming the crevices of the internet kind of thing. So I did not really see a lot of crazy stuff. There was some crazy stuff for sure, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. Like, every link is a CP link or something. It wasn't like that. So I'll tell you guys a bit about it. So the first thing I did was, before going in, I was actually really afraid because all the stories, hackers, the government being there, like, I may get arrested. I didn't know what was going to happen. Some crazy stuff. I was going to, see something I never would want to see and stuff like that. So before going in, I was really nervous. I used my second computer, so not the one I'm recording this video on right now. It's my other laptop, in which I use to make my vlogs, because my idea was that even if my computer dies or crashes or some guy gets into it, I can always disconnect it. Like, it was not my main computer. It's not the one I use for horror stories, which is my main job, so I don't want to risk that. So I use my MacBook. Luckily, it is a MacBook, so it's not as bad as Windows. To get in, the first thing I did was, I watched tutorials on how to get into the deep web. The first thing you got to do is actually you have to download Tor, as you guys may know. So Tor is kind of like a search engine. That's kind of like Internet Explorer, Chrome, and stuff like that, but it's much more secure, and that's what most people use to get on. And it can basically access the deep web. So I basically just got it from the internet, downloaded it. It was super quick. I installed it to my computer. Also, there's tutorials online on how to do that process, so it's not too hard. I got Tor. I got a VPN. So one thing that's very important is that you want your IP address to be on private. So you don't want people knowing where you live. I know, like, I'm not gonna buy drugs or guns or anything from the deep web, but I mean, just in case there's some malicious people out there, who knows what people could be out there, what could happen. So on the advisements of many others, I got the VPN thing as well. So what it does is it's like a free service, so it's pretty sick. It hides your IP address, and you can select which city you want your browser to be on. So I could find UK. You can go to the US. You can search a lot of places. I picked a place in the USA, so I hid my VPN. I hid my IP address, so it's not, where I live. But in all honesty, I think if there were like cops, FBI, like really skilled individuals who know a lot about computers, who want to know where you live, I think the freaking VPN won't do shit. So, but regardless, I did it for the safety of my own sanity and my soul. So I did those two things. Third thing I did was I went back to my Tor browser, I pumped up the security to that, and I went on the deep web. Now, the front page, can we say the front page? Well, the main link page for the deep web is, Hidden Wiki. So I went to the Hidden Wiki, and then, there was all these links, different categories. There was financial services, commercial services, drugs. There's a whole shit ton of drugs, bro. Some guns. There's erotica stuff, which is pretty nasty. There was all that kind of crap, And then for me, I didn't want to see anything that was too crazy. I wanted to see what was out there. And to be honest, I thought it was pretty cool what they have. A lot of the services they have like stock tips and like Wall Street tips. Like it's pretty sick. I think it's like a pretty useful resource. They also got this thing where you can like I remember you can like instantly make a email address and then just discard it or something like that. There was some place where you can get of course guns and drugs and stuff like that. But the thing is, I realized as I was going through the links of the deep web, apparently, or the not even the dark web but the deep web, I realized a lot of the links when I first started using with the Windows computer back in like 2003, these were basically the links that we would go to. So what the deep web is, I think, is just basically like those websites we used to go to. Like for me, when I was a kid, I liked browsing the internet. Before browsing the internet, I think was even really that popular. And I spent a lot of time browsing the internet, trying to find songs and stuff. And I would stumble upon weird shit. And a lot of stuff when I found on the deep web reminded me of those days when I was just like browsing the internet. And then in like 2004, before Google was really, really big, before Facebook for sure, before, even before MySpace, when the internet was like still in like its kind of development stages. That's how the deep web is. It's like the old internet from 2004. And so, for most of the links, it would just give me that feeling of like, it's like nostalgic even a little bit. But of course, back in the day, I wouldn't be able to buy drugs or guns and stuff like that. Most of them were like just random, like a random porn site I would stumble upon, or like just random websites that I had no idea what the hell it was. And that's a lot of the deep web, to be honest. So just guns, drugs, shit ton of drugs, seriously. Sorry, I dropped my thing. And just like a bunch of like there's like mazes, like there's some games, there's some like weird ass urban explorer websites. If you're people that explore the Virginia Tech underground places. I also talked about that in my video, which is pretty interesting, I guess, because that's illegal. You can't, because they're barred off, so it has to be on the deep web or something like that. But just a lot of those like really bizarre sites you wouldn't be able to see on the first page of like Google or something like that. So aside from that, of course, I know that most people are on the deep web. They want to see the scary shit. They want to see the edgy stuff, right? So of course I had to do that segment, and I was really reluctant to do so because for me, I'm a pretty happy person, and the stories I've heard about, child pornography and bestiality and like just some fucked up shit. I didn't want to do it, but I did it. I didn't look at like child porn or anything like that. I would never do that. But like I went to some of the crazier sites that other YouTubers and other people have covered in the past, and I searched it up and. Well, for me, it was really, I expected it to be like that. It wasn't as bad as I would have thought, though. Maybe I am still skimming the surface because I'm just too pussy to go to the very core of the whole thing, which I really don't want to. Why would anyone want to do that? So what I did was I went into a section. I tried to find the human experiments that people talk about. I think that site is closed down now because too many people were talking about it. It became too much of a big deal. But people conducting weird experiments on women and children. The website in which I did go on to, though, for sure, and it's covered in large portions in my video, is I went to the Cannibal Cafe. So these are like cannibal forums where people talk about eating people, have livestock where people can choose girls they want to basically torture, have sex with, and then murder and then eat. It's a real freaking thing. Like, it's real, bro. Like, I went onto that, and then I good thing I did it with my friend. Like, I had to wait for my friend. Like, I had to find somebody to do it with me because if I really seriously, this whole deep web experience, this whole trip, like, took like a week making this video because I was so scared. Like, and I didn't want to edit a lot of parts. Is that it felt like how I felt when I was like 11 years old. And I was like going for the internet for the first time to look at boobies. Like that's how I felt, bro. Like when I first found out about something called Google Images, and then I would type in like, I don't know, like boobies or something. That's how I felt going into the deep web. And it's like a fear, it's like a really primitive fear inside of me, and fear of the unknown, fear of getting persecuted because you did something illegal or something, just by looking at it, you feel like you broke the law. But I didn't do anything. I didn't click buy now. I didn't look at anything I wasn't supposed to be looking at. I was just stumbling across it and researching, documenting it as I went through, and you can see in the video that I did. So what I did was I went there. I went to Cannibal Cafe, and then Of course, I want to vomit. I want to vomit right now. Should I talk about this? Oh, so sick. So I went in there, and then it's like a forum. It's from like 2003, 2004, the website. So it's kind of like primitive looking. That makes it even fucking worse, trust me. And then I looked at a lot of the forums. You know, they talked about what they were, what they did, how they have livestock cattle. So these livestock cattle are actually people. They're women that they have voluntarily or involuntarily, like probably like kidnapped or something. So they become their slaves. There are some like descriptions and pictures of some of the girls, and it's pretty friggin' horrible. Um, they have stories about how some of the girls they basically uh, like there's like an application form, like you can apply to be doing this. I don't know who would friggin' apply to be, you know, tortured and murdered alive. I think it's people with either mental illnesses or they have some kind of like disease or something. There's a lot of like you know, girls that want to do like a snuff movie with you or some shit. So they basically have you kill them on murder them on tape, and they'll love that and shit like that. So um, there are some pretty depraved stories about basically these women who thought they were gonna be like models or something, but they were actually just kidnapped. Or like there was these girls that are like being put up by their ex-boyfriends, probably kidnapped them. Like just really horrid stories that you think all the people that go missing in America and all across the world, that's where they end up. Like you think of what is the ending for some of these girls, and this is the place where they end up. Some fucking website, you know, that chains these girls like what they call livestock, like domesticated animals. These are human fucking beings, man. And looking at that, I wish it was like fake. I wish the whole thing was fake, but I know that there's been reports on Wikipedia that there was really a freaking guy in Germany, Armin Ways, or I think his name is something like that. That Armin Ways, I don't know. You guys can search it up, from Germany in like 2001. I think he actually found someone, a victim, on one of these sites and ate him. So I mean, this Cannibal Cafe thing, it looks like it hasn't been operated in a long time because everything is like really old, and then even the comments were from like at least 10 years ago. But it's like shit. Like, how can people do this? You know, like, what is the thrill? I mean, maybe I'm just too much of an idiot. Like, I'm just living in my own bubble or something. I don't even know. But for me, it's like, dude, people find that sexually enticing. Like, people find that shit sexually enticing. Why? Like, what? Why? You know? I don't understand. It's like the same thing with child pornography and bestiality. Like, what? Like, are you serious? And then, yeah, I looked at the site. The application form was just disgusting as well. It had things like, what would you want to like? What can you do? What do you like to do? There's this different sex stuff, and then like, how would you like to be murdered? So the girl who was filling out the application form to be a livestock willingly can say how they would like to end their lives. There's like stuff like, would you want to be hanged by hanging? I'm just gonna give you guys like a trigger warning or something right now. So if you don't want to listen any further, you can click out. So this is where it gets bad. So there's like, do you want to be murdered by beheading, be butchered? If do you want to? It's just like a lot of crazy stuff, you know, like, and then like they fill it out as if this is like a job application. Like, so what can you accept? And then, of course, the ending is like there's like even pictures of like pack of meat. So there would be like a girl, and the next picture would be like a pack of meat. So that's like insinuating that woman, they fucking murdered her, chopped her up, and put her in a, like it looked like fucking ground beef, man. Like, that is the shit that really got me, man. Like, the pictures really, really got me. So, you know, that's gonna scar me for life. I know. In all honesty, in the deep web, this is not the worst thing in the world. I know there's a lot of crazy stories, videos, red rooms, all that shit. I've never been. I've heard some crazy shit though. Like, there's one where basically like this, it's a video of like, I heard from someone. Okay, this woman was getting raped by this guy. And then as he was raping her, this woman's already in pain and stuff. This other guy comes out from nowhere, chops the woman's head off, beheads the woman, and the guy is still having sex with the person immediately after. And the woman is still, you know, her body's still moving because she's trying to recollect the fact that her head's been chopped off and he's still like enjoying it and raping her. Like it's like that kind of shit. What the fuck? Why, bro? Why? And I'm saying like hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of people. I even like just a lot of people watch this kind of shit and get off on it, and enjoy it, pay good money just to watch this shit, dude. It's like what the hell, bro? Like, and what are the chances, if that's the case, of one of those people being like a friend of yours, an acquaintance, a neighbor, a coworker? Like what the fuck? Like these people are not like a segregated group of like individuals living in the Amazon forest or something. These are people, like there could be, because this is the internet, these people could be the guy right next to you right now. It could be him. And like it's like his deep dark desires that he doesn't show except when he's on these kinds of places and he goes fucking ballistic. So that's what I learned about going through this. That was the most I could go. There were some other ones where they have like a forum for like mothers who show pictures of their stillborn babies. Like I couldn't do that. There's some like paranormal stuff. That stuff is actually pretty easy to me because I've been, I do this YouTube channel. Like come on, it's just that shit's just like whatever. It was just like screamers or something. I don't care. But really, the cannibal thing was really the worst. I really want to vomit right now. I don't know why, as I'm talking about this. So yeah, that was my experience on the deep web. I go back. Seriously, I don't know, bro. I mean, there's a lot of danger. There's a lot of stuff I don't want to see. Maybe if I'm with my friends, I'll do it. Like, I don't want to. It's kind of like ghost hunting to me and like that kind of stuff. It's like I wouldn't do it alone. I would only do it for the social aspect, or, when I'm being with other people. Because if I do it alone, I feel kind of creepy, and I feel kind of creeped out. Like I don't know. Like there's no reason for me to go there unless I'm looking at some of because some links are pretty sick. I'll be honest. Some links are like, they got like PDF files to like all these books and stuff. Like maybe that I don't know in the future. Maybe I'll do that. That's actually pretty good. It's knowledge. It's free knowledge. That's pretty cool. But like places like the Cannibal Cafe, Red Rooms, like this kind of shit's like what the flip. Like if I wasn't a YouTuber and I didn't have to make these kind of videos, I would never go. Like there's no point. I would never. What is the point? It just ruins your fucking sanity, man. Anyways, guys, that is the end of the podcast. I'm sorry I went on a rant. I just feel really emotional about this. Like, I just finished the video recently, so everything is still fresh in my mind. Go check it out. It's on the other channel. I do speak Chinese in it, though, but I have subtitles. The reason for that is a lot of my friends from China, they want to know, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, go check it out if you guys want to. If you guys haven't been, I suggest you watch my videos instead of going yourself. It's, like, stupid. Like, there's no reason to be on there unless... there's a reason. For me, there's a reason because I make YouTube videos. So, but for you, like the average person, it's not a good place to spend your time. It's not as exciting as you would like, and it's kind of pointless. There's not really a big point to going there. Like it's not like, oh my God, your life changes after or something like that. So it's not that hyped up as it deems to be. At least the places that I've seen. Maybe other places in the future are different. I don't know. So anyways, guys, that's my experience going to the deep web. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon with more live streams, podcasts, and of course the YouTube videos that come out every day at 1 p.m. So talk to you guys later. I gotta go wash my eyes again. I gotta go take a cold shower to get the memories out of my head. All right, bye guys. Peace out.